Hi guys, I'm ArchieLuxury and welcome to the program. Today guys, I'm very honored to present the million dollar watch collection. And I gotta tell you, the mystery owner of this collection, he wants to remain anonymous, but this is the million dollar wristwatch collection. And I've got to tell you, I got to put my hand up. A number of years ago, a very good fan of the program came to me and offered me some consultancy work to design a breathtaking watch collection. At the time, I thought this was just another punter coming along to sort of chew the fat, but this collection grew out of all control. The particular collector involved pumped in money more so than I've seen a Labour government spend, more so than a Labour government spending, a socialist government spending before an election. And it took shape. It started off like a lot of collectors. It started off in the Rolex area. There was profit taking. We went into some other sports watches. We went into vintage. And then the creme de la creme, we went the piece of a la resistance. That's correct, guys. We went into the high horology. This collection here is $1 million Australian. 1 million Australian dollars. And there have been a few pieces. This particular collector has taken me around the world on buying trips and to help tailor build this collection. It's a great honor to present this here. In fact, my favorite piece of a la resistance is actually a piece I bought from this said collection. That's correct. Patek Philippe. We know I love the Pateks and pussy. How about the Patek 6006? Yes, sirree. This came from the $1 million collection. That's right, the $1 million collection. And I got to tell you, this is a collection which was very much centered on value, the value proposition. How did this collection come about? Well, it came about through me, the pontiff. The pontiff designed it. And we worked with two very good dealers we worked with. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Okay, let's have a look at the first box. This is box 1, and this here is okay, let's just jump straight in. This here is the Daytona box. Daytona box, Daytona Beach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Daytonas in this beautiful box. So what do we have here? Let's just go through them. Starting in the top left-hand corner, we've got a APH. APH refers to the dial variation. It's the font in chronograph. 2013 116520. 116520 white dial. So this here is your classic Rolex movement, pre-ceramic. Absolutely beautiful piece there, the APH. Right next to that we have another one. We have a 2003 skinny hands. You can see the hands a bit skinny if you compare it to the other two Daytonas either side. Skinny hands and cream dial 116520 white dial. There we go. That's the second one. Then if we go to the third one, we've got a 2002 116520, skinny hands, same to the watch number 2. So we've got 2 of these here. Okie dokie. Right next to this, we got something special. We got a Zenith black dial Daytona. This is the 4th watch along. This is the sacred cow. This is an A serial number Daytona. A serial number. That's kind of how do I put it? That's one of the last of the Zeniths. So these were 1999, 2000, and this is the last of the Zenith. Then they went into the, they can tell the difference, the double one. So this would be a 16520 because it's a Zenith movement, and then it became the 6th digit. Right next to this Zenith, we have another black dial Daytona. This is a 2013, and this one here is a 116520 blue loom black dial. Very, very beautiful indeed there. Now let's look at the second row. What do we got here? What do we got indeed? The bottom row, we've got a rose gold chocolate dial modern Daytona. Beautiful as they come. So this here would be Rolex movement. This is before the ceramic bezel. Then next to that, we've got the current model Air King. Beautiful reference there. And then next to that, we've got something interesting. We've got a 16808 nipple dial sub, and this is no bracelet. It's on the leather strap there. So this here would be a early 80s. This is when 1680s became 5-digit. So this was quick set. The early pieces, as you can see this dial here, nipple dial. We do love our nipples. Right next to this here, we've got an Explorer 2 Polar. What is it? It's a 40 mil, so it's a 16570, and this watch here is the last of the breed, featuring a 3186 movement. That's correct. This is one of the last of the 40 mils before it went to the 42 mil case. And finally, next to the Explorer 2, we've got another Daytona 2016 Blue Loom 116520 black dial. So absolutely big money in this box here. This is the first box. Absolutely beautiful. This is box 1. Okay, let's I don't know what to say there. What can you say about this box here? If you love Daytonas, this is the box for you. We've got some beautiful representations here. We've also got a nice interesting gold sub, Explorer 2, and a modern Air King. So it's a very, very interesting box there. The gold, the rose gold Daytona chocolate dial, absolutely stunning. Racing dial there with the Arabics. Quite a number of Daytonas. I think the pick out of this box, if I was allowed to pick one, I'd have to go for the Zenith Daytona. That's the 4th one across top row. The Zenith Daytona, big money, fantastic condition. There aren't many in this sort of condition there. So this is box 1.
Who were these dealers we worked with? Let me tell you. Let me give you the drum. The main dealer we worked with is Cove from Luxuria Watches in Sydney. That's correct. Hello, Cove. Cove helped shape this collection. The next dealer was a Brisbane and Sydney dealer. This was Vintage Watch Co. Hello, Ronnie. Ronnie has supplied a lot of pieces in the $1 million collection. And we've also bought pieces from Shawnee,
from European Watch Gallery in Collins Street. There's been a number of other dealers. Michael in Melbourne. Who else was there? Lewis. There's a couple dealers all around the joint there. Not to mention, there were even a few purchases on the Facebook forums. But mind you, a lot of these whingers on the forums there, very unrealistic prices. It's not really the place for the novice or the rookie to go there. There are a lot of really nasty sellers on the Facebook forums. In fact, one individual there made it his personal vendetta to personally attack the owner of the $1 million collection. And how well did that turn out, Don? How well indeed.
Okay, moving right along. This is our vintage Rolex box. Very, very cool indeed here. What do we have here? We've got some interesting pieces. This is GMTs and Submariners. Submariners, Explorers. We've got some interesting pieces. Let's start from the top again. So the first piece we've got here is a 16750. This is the GMT Transitional. Interesting piece indeed there. These were plastic, quick set date. So this is kind of like the replacement to the 1675, and it's before they went sapphire. So quite a rare traditional transitional GMT. Next one along, 1675, 1972 GMT. Well, this is as iconic and as classic as it comes. 1972 Pepsi. Look at that age. It's just absolutely stunning. Beautiful. It's gorgeous. I don't know what more you can say there. Right next to that GMT, we've got a solid gold, yellow gold, green dial GMT. Ceramic. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is gorgeous stuff. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. And I gotta tell you, man, you don't see much stuff like this indeed there. Now, right next to that, we've got Rolex Prince. Okay, you think, okay, this is the 1930s doctor's watch. But this one's a little bit special. Full box and papers. That's right. 1930s full box and papers. And this here, I believe, is chronometer certificate in the 300s. Very, very early chronometer certificate. It's this is Rolex history at its best. The Rolex Prince. And this was one of the most collectible Rolexes, and you know this is just incredible to have a Prince with the picture frame type box. So this is a box it's got a backing behind it which allows you to display this watch, because this would have been quite a lot of money. These watches were quite popular with doctors. The Prince, because they had the sub-second at 6 there, at below the 6. So a lot of doctors use this to time pulses and things like that. So the other reason is they were doctors' watches because you basically had to be pretty wealthy to afford this thing. They certainly were not cheap. Definitely not cheap in the least. The Rolex Prince, one of the most iconic vintage watches of all time there. Next to this, what have we got? We got two Patek Philippe's. Absolutely breathtaking. We have got the first Patek. That's a Platinum 5510. Sorry, Platinum 5110 5110 P blue dial platinum. And this actually, because it's a platinum Patek, it has a diamond between the lugs at the 6 o'clock position there. Absolutely stunning piece. Probably the most beautiful modern world time ever released. The world times themselves, before the 5110, they sell for $1 million. This is the reissue of them. So the previous ones, they stopped making them in the 60s. And this here was when they relaunched the world time in 2000. And the most beautiful was the platinum version with the blue center. And this is that watch. Right next to that, we've got a modern Patek. We've got a 5227R. This is the Calatrava with the hinged officer's back. Very beautiful watch indeed there. It's got the display, 324 movement display. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And let's carry on with the bottom row. We've got let's start at the left-hand side. We've got a 1665. This is the Sea Dweller, the Great White Sea Dweller. Look at the patina. Look at the patina on that baby there. Absolutely gorgeous. That's the 1665 Great White. Right next to that, we've got the Explorer 2, the 1655 Steve McQueen, the Orange Hand Explorer 2. Absolutely gorgeous there. Right next to that, the third one, we've got a 1680 white Submariner. Right next to that, we've got a 5513 Submariner, which is just to die for. Right next to that, we've got a Sea Dweller, pre-ceramic Sea Dweller from 2005. So this is a no-holes case. This is before the ceramic came out. And then we have got right next to that there, we have got a 1680 white, which is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely, positively gorgeous. Gorgeous piece there. Absolutely gorgeous. So looking at this box here, what do I think? Well, look, it's quite a collection. Quite a collection indeed there. GMTs, solid gold GMT, a Prince, some Pateks, vintage Rolex. It's just all here. Look at this collection. It's an amazing structured collection. Good selection of GMTs, good selection of divers, plastic Rolex divers. Just a superb box here with some amazing stuff there. It doesn't get much better than this. This is the second box. If I could pick one piece here, I'd have to pick the Platinum World Time. I'd have to take the Platinum World Time, but that may not be the most valuable, but it's the one that appeals to me. Okay, let's move along with the third box. Actually, I stand corrected. The last watch in this box is not a 1680. It's a transitional. It's a 16800 transitional. I was looking at the dial there. Yes, that is. It's actually a sapphire crystal. If you look at, it doesn't have the domed look on the glass there. So, sorry, that is actually not a 1680 white. It's a 16800 transitional. What a beautiful piece indeed.
The $1 million collection. What's happened here? There was also a number of huge sub-collections here in it. We have got Rolex Modern. We have got Daytona. We have got Vintage, Rolex Vintage. We have got Lange. We have got high-end non-Lange, Patek Philippe, Breguet. It's got many facets. This collection here is literally amazing. The $1 million collection. A lot of work has gone into the $1 million collection.
Okay, let's go on to the last box, the third box, and let's start in the top left-hand corner. What do we have here? We have a Breguet Traditional. A Breguet, this is one of the classics in the Breguet lineup there. The Traditional, a Breguet Traditional GMT, and this here is the reference 7067. Absolutely beautiful. Right next to this we have a PAM 423. 423. What do you think, guys? Quite like it. Just a modern, beautiful PAM there. Okay, moving right along, we have another PAM. We've got a PAM 288 chronograph. This is the Radiomir chronograph, the older style case with the traditional crown. Quite nice looking there. Moving right along, what do we got here? We've got a submersible, the Carbotech. Carbotech, look at that there. Then we have a Zenith El Primero. And finally, we've got the last line of watches. We've got the Lange line. So, firstly, down the bottom, we've got a 18 karat yellow gold Langmatic perpetual calendar. Probably the greatest watch in this collection. A Lange perpetual calendar. Absolutely beautiful. Right next to this, we have a white gold Lange 1815 chronograph. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. White gold 1815. This is the non-pulsation dial. Very, very cool there. Right next to that, what do we have then? We've got a Lange 1815 up down. Very cool. Looks very, look at that as a casual glance, very similar to the 1815 chronograph until you realize it doesn't have pushers. Very, very interesting arrangement there. Right next to that, we've got a 1815 Lange in platinum. And right next to that, the final piece, an 1815 in yellow gold there. So there we have it. The absolute, this is the Lange section there. So I've got to tell you, what a superb collection we've reviewed here. So as I said there, it's about 1 million Australian dollars. That's right, 1 million Australian dollars. And this is what this is a conservative estimate there of what this collection here is sort of worth there. So to put that into US dollars, it's about 730,000 US dollars. 1 Australian dollar is 73 cents US. So that gives you a bit of an idea here. So to you Americans there, $730,000 collection. This is one of the big ones. What do you guys think? Okay, guys, let's do a conclusion. Thank you very much there. What a very cool collection. Very cool. On the ArchieLuxury channel.
So guys, to wrap up, $1 million in wristwatches. 1 million Australian dollars in wristwatches. What did I think here? Well, I gotta be totally honest with you. The way the collection's been designed there, it's got many, many areas, many tiers. We've got Rolex, we've got vintage, we have got Lange, we've got Patek, we've got Breguet. We've got so many pieces, so many brands. In fact, The particular owner here has invested money. They sold off a large share portfolio pre-crash, pre-COVID to divest into the wristwatch collection here, building the $1 million collection. The timing, as it has with hindsight, it turned out to be winner chicken dinner. Timing was right because the share market has crashed and receded. Many of the watches have had a huge flow-on effect there. The collector now is heavily involved with obtaining one of the best Lange collections. 5 Langes, 2 Pateks, a Breguet Traditionnel, vintage Rolex, Rolex Modern, not to mention some other pieces there. So it's really quite a fascinating collection. If this particular owner wanted to downsize, he could break one of the major arms off, sell it, and enjoy the rest, or he could very quickly just keep one component. That's an interesting equation there. Probably one of the best collections that I've personally engineered, supervised in recent times, the $1 million collection. There are always better. No matter how much money you have, there is always somebody who has more. And that is the joy we live in the capitalist game of free enterprise. The $1 million collection. It gives me much pride to be able to present this on the ArchieLuxury channel. The $1 million collection. Guys, I am going to do a special thing for you, a very special favor. If you have some questions about the $1 million question, email me at archieluxury72@gmail.com. archieluxury72@gmail.com. We will ask the owner. I will get the owner to answer these questions. So if you want to ask the owner of the $1 million collection a question, please do that. To be completely honest with you, this is a very, very cool collection. It serves a few things I'd like to bring home. Number one, stay off the Facebook forums. They're overpriced, really difficult people to deal with. Number two, Luxuria and Vintage Watch Co. You guys rock. Absolutely rock. Go to those two guys in Australia. They are absolute. They will help you. And the third thing is, forget building a relationship with the dealer. Forget kissing or licking the ass of the AD. The AD doesn't care about you. The AD will boot you. Boot and scoot. Suited and booted. So don't suck up the AD's ass there. So guys, tell me what you think of the $1 million collection. What do you think, guys? Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Comments down below. Anyone, positive, negative, you put the comments below. It'll be great. The $1 million collection. Tell me what you guys think of that. Cut. And don't forget, guys, make sure you subscribe to the ArchieLuxury corporate live streaming channel to be updated on all the live shows I do. Live shows!
Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.